Hello, hello, hello. It is me. I am back with another video today. It is November the 6th, Thursday evening. I've just logged off work as always, and I'm over at the rental home. We're gonna get started on painting today. My sister is here. She's going to help me with some cleaning. We were here yesterday and she started off on cleaning a couple of bathrooms, and she's coming back to clean the tubs and things like that. But I am going to finish with putting down the transition pieces around the fireplace and right here going into the kitchen, and then I'm going to start with painting. I'm going to try to get as much done as I can tonight. I'm going to stay here really late, so we'll see. I'm going to bring you guys along with me. All right. So last night I was able to cut all the pieces around the fireplace, but I did not have enough weights with me. So I glued down the two end pieces and held them down with books, but I was not able to put down the long piece. So I ran out of adhesive. So I went out and bought more adhesive. We're gonna put this down today. And we were able to get this one put down. So I'm going to remove those books and see how everything is. And then on yesterday, I was able to do this one as well. So we can remove all of these weights and use them in the living room around the fireplace and then headed into the kitchen. Those are the only two transition pieces that we need to finish. Today I am going to try to paint in here, touch up paint in here. We're going to touch up paint in the dining room, right here in the entryway. We have a bedroom to paint, and I'm going to try to paint the kitchen wall. This entire bathroom has to be painted, so if I have time, I will come in here, but not sure if I have time for all that tonight. So gonna stop all this talking and let's get to work. Done all the sanding I need to do, so now I am about to glue down this transition around the fireplace, and then we'll head over to the other so we can start painting. So I have touched up paint that wall, this wall, tried to kind of feather it out on the ends so it'll blend well. Hopefully when I come back tomorrow you won't be able to tell where I kind of like painted in places down there. It's already starting to dry, but it's still kind of wet. Had to do over there, and over there. I had to do some there, some here. In this hallway, I had to paint some there, some on this wall. In this bedroom, I had to paint like the whole bottom half, just about of that wall. I just finished this, so that's why it's lighter. I had to paint some over there, some right there, and some right there. And now I am headed into my kitchen. My sister Tara is here to help me. She's been cleaning for me. I really appreciate her help. She's a lifesaver. But I'm going to now paint this whole section and see if I can feather out into that wall. She is about to head home. Look at her, still wiping down. She's about to head home, but I'm gonna go ahead on and paint that wall and then see if I can paint around these vent covers and let that be it for today. And when I come back on this weekend, because I can't come tomorrow because my son has a playoff game, but when I come back on the weekend, I'm going to paint that bathroom and then paint upstairs in the room over the garage. And then if I can get done with both of those, then we'll start painting the baseboard. So hopefully this touch-up paint dries down to the same color. It's the same color, it's the same paint, but you know, sometimes when you're painting and you're just touch-up painting, you can see where the new paint is. So we're gonna pray that it blends really well because I don't want to paint the whole wall. So let's head into the kitchen and get that done. I have enough time to go ahead and paint this bathroom. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And then when we come back on the weekend, I will paint around the vent covers. When we pull out the brush, the paintbrush, I will paint around the vent covers and also paint the baseboard. But for right now, since I have that roller and it's the same paint and I have enough paint left, I'm gonna go ahead and run over this bathroom. All right. actually, this bathroom is not as bad as I thought it was. Everything looks worse when it is dirty. After my sister came in here yesterday and cleaned this bathroom up and wiped down the walls, she got a lot of stuff off of it. So I can actually, it's mainly just this wall and then a few little touch-ups here and there. So that's what I'm gonna do. And it's mainly, it looks like moisture from taking a shower in here. The moisture on the walls where they are not, where they possibly was not using the vent when they take a shower to pull the moisture out. And so all the moisture goes on the walls, and so you can kind of like see the drip lines. So that's really what I'm having to paint over. Hopefully the next tenants, I will just remind them to use the vent to prevent that. I'm trying to feather it out so that it blends well where I'm not painting. Hopefully this will work. We'll see. I know you guys can't see. It's a fourth angle, very small bedroom. Let's see. There's another bed in there. I need to paint the so let me bring you guys up to you. So I thought I was done and I was gonna go home, but while I have the paint open, I might as well go around and break out my paintbrush and just paint these little small places around the bottom. So we're gonna do that. I'd have to get this little area right here. So we're gonna go ahead and paint that. So of course it looks really light now, but it's gonna dry down to the darker color up here. We're gonna head on to the vent in the living room. So I did as best as I could to feather it out so that hopefully you won't be able to tell that I came here and painted here. So we'll see tomorrow or Saturday when we come back. All right, guys, I am done for the night. I have tried to clean up a little bit and I'm gonna be headed home, but I don't know. It's 9:08. I'm starting to look at some of the walls that I painted at the very beginning. It's been maybe an hour and a half since I started painting, so it's not completely dried down to what it's going to be, but I'm a little worried because it seems a smidge darker than the rest of the wall. And I'm gonna turn the camera around and show you what I see. It's not on every single wall that it looks that way, but I'll let you know and see if you can see it. But like I say, it's not completely dry yet, so I cannot truly tell what it's gonna look like when it's done. Let me show you what. So for this room, it pretty much looks good. I painted there, you can't tell anything. I painted down there, you can't tell anything. Over here, over here. And it may be the lighting, because the lighting in here is much brighter, but when you come into the rooms where the lighting is like a yellow light that they changed out the light from, like this, to me, it looks darker in the middle where I painted. Like, I don't know if you can see. No, you can't see. But let me show you in this hallway. It's like, it just looks a little bit darker. And like I say, it's not completely dry yet, but usually paint is lighter when it's wet and it dries darker. So we will see what this looks like when I come back on Saturday. Cause see, you can kind of see down here how it's like darker in the middle, and that could be the wetness, you know, that it's not completely dry. Here, I don't know if you can see the difference. And like I say, the lighting in here is kind of yellow. So I don't know if you can tell the difference there. Now, when you come into this room, this light in here is kind of dim as well, but that wall looks really good. Maybe I just like feathered it out really good in this room so where you can't see a difference. It's not completely dry, so I can kind of see like right here where it's lighter, where it's wet, and then it'll dry a little bit darker. But even over in this corner, I painted some of that wall and some of that wall, and it all looks really good. But just in the entryway and in that front hallway, I don't know. So this area right here, on the kitchen. That looks really good. Nothing at all. Once I patched those little places and I paint, I just stepped in the tray with the paint. But anyway, it's not too much paint. That looks really good all the way down, so I'm happy with that wall. It doesn't look like anything ever happened right there. And then I did a little bit of touch-up paint over there. You can't tell that either. So all in all, you know, everything looks really good. A couple places I'm just gonna have to maybe revisit when I come back this weekend to look at a little bit better, to see if you can tell to the naked eye. And maybe if I put a lighter bulb in those in the entryway light and in the hallway, you know, maybe you can't pick up with the lighting, but we'll wait and see. Let it dry off really good and see what it looks like. But like I said, it is 9:13 right now. I need to get home. I'm surprised my husband hasn't called me to see what's going on. But we will be back on Saturday to do more painting. I have one more place to glue down a transition piece. I just need to free up some weights before I can do that. So we'll do that. We'll do more painting up the stairwell and in upstairs. And then if we get done with those two things pretty quickly on Saturday, then we will get to cleaning these baseboards first. I'm gonna go around, clean all the baseboards in the house with maybe like with some good soapy water with maybe like some vinegar or something in it, clean them really good. And then we will go around and paint the new baseboard, the baseboard that we had to put back down. So hopefully we can get all that done on Saturday. If so, I will be a happy sister. If we get all of that done and then it'll dry overnight, then Sunday I can get in here and do a few more things. Like we have some outlets to replace. I don't know what happened. A lot of them look like they've been like burnt up or whatever. So I ordered a package of 10 of those. I think I got like 5 or 6 of them to replace. The 3-way light switches in this kitchen, they're acting funky. Like you can turn the light on at one and you're supposed to turn it off at the other, but sometimes you can flip it up and down and it doesn't work. So it's like it works intermittently. So we're just gonna switch out those two. My dad is gonna do that and he's gonna change out the outlets for me. And then I have 2 doorknobs to replace. One on a bedroom door that's really loose, and it's been like that for a couple of years now. Like you'll tighten it up, tighten the screws up, but then over time, over several months to a year, it'll loosen up. So I bought a new doorknob for that bedroom. And then I need to reprogram, well, not reprogram, but program the new garage openers and just clean. We're gonna go through, I'm gonna clean the bathrooms up really good again. I am going to get into this refrigerator, clean this refrigerator, clean the appliances, clean everything in the kitchen, get into the cabinets and everything. And then the very last thing I'm going to do is shampoo the carpet upstairs, down the stairwell, and in the closets. And then after that, then we will clean these floors, mop the flooring and all of that. And then I should be able to start showing this house probably next week sometime. So in about a week or so. So maybe this weekend after I finish with the painting and do all the electrical changes, then I'll put the sign out in the yard, because after that, then all I have to do is clean really good and shampoo the carpets. So yeah, oh, I still got to get outside and pressure wash that back patio and throw some mulch down. I already bought the mulch, it's in the backyard, but I got to put some mulch down in that back flower bed. That won't take any time. I can do all of that in one day, but I'll probably need to do that this weekend because it gets too dark during the week by the time I get off work. So anyway, I'm rambling. I'm thinking of everything I need to do here. I will see you guys on Saturday in 2 seconds. Bye.